let's get this shit underway.
Last time on Harmontown, D&D. Our heroes had just slain their shadows in a combat most deadly on the shadowy shadow plane of shadows, a slaying which also returned the adventurers to the material plane in the burnt-down ruins of the Connie Forest. Just then, a brilliant emerald energy was released as the Soul of Growth began Soul of Growing the Connie Forest back to its former glory. At the same time, Quark's talking dagger exploded and the ensuing magical energy cloaked itself in branches and roots and began speaking, claiming it was the Soul of Growth. The entity greeted the travelers and thanked them for unwittingly releasing the trapped spirit. After arguing with the newly materialized force of nature, the gang picked a new name for the Avatar of Seasons to avoid confusion, dubbing him Rudy Woodgrowth III.
Jesus Christ, man, your dad's hair.
Yeah, I know. The nature spirit gave the heroes crazy awesome nature powers before ushering them through a tree and outside of Yellow Camp, Sharpie's father's home. But would it be, as they expected, a Father's Day reunion? Or would it instead be a demon-infested nightmare? We'll find out next.
God damn it. This is going to be the best Father's Day ever.
Now who should clean their room?
Thanks, Adam, for the note that you left on my character sheet.
I gave you Liberty Spikes because that's cool and feminine.
All right.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah. He put your hair into Liberty Spikes. Your character's hair into Liberty Spikes.
What?
That happened.
Well, fine. Yeah, sure.
That's how it works.
Let's all just do whatever.
Yeah. So
that's what Adam Goldberg says at the foot of every woman's bed at 5 a.m. as he refastens his belt. I gave you Liberty Spikes.
And she
welcome to the wonderful world.
But she doesn't question it because she just wants him to leave. So she's like, yeah, all right.
You'll find out what they are later.
Adam's note at the bottom of my page is, "Sup E, I owned it. Kisses Adam."
So if you recall, you got season powers, but you didn't know how to use them. So Rudy Woodgrowth III was like, "Oh, I'll teach you your powers."
Well, I read here that I have the armlet of winter that I can use to call up a sleet storm twice a day, 10-foot radius. Enemies might fall down.
Yeah. So, yeah.
They might fall down.
It's shorthand.
Right.
Also a Final Fantasy I reference. But, yeah. So,
I can calm or intensify hail, sleet, and snow.
Yeah.
I love it.
Good. I mean, there's no peace of mind like having that thing, because even before you use it twice a day, you could just say to the enemy, the way you rack a pump action shotgun, you might fall down. And a lot of times that's more powerful than actually having to use it.
Absolutely.
Or them
It's probable that you'll
down.
be clumsy.
Well,
Sorry.
I've got a 10 skill modifier on Intimidate. I bet I could combine those together.
Yeah. See, he's like a pro. You know, Jeff's been playing a lot of D&D behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm learning. I'm figuring this shit out finally.
Yeah.
My armlet is the armlet of spring. It can summon armor of thorny vines twice a day. You can command the vines to stop protecting you and lash out to entangle a foe. After they stop entangling, they come back.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. And I can calm and / intensify clouds.
No, guys, wait for it. I promise they're intensifying. Just stare at them for a second.
Clouds, comma, showers.
Are you saying that you've looked at clouds from both sides now?
I don't know. All right. So the way I remember it is we went back to my dad's camp, and what was in place there was like Admiral Darkstar's had taken it over, and some weird shit was going on.
Yeah.
We slinked back out into a field to see if we could learn to use our armlets.
We became the Four Seasons.
Right.
Yeah. And there was the music that played, and that was good. Yes.
So now we're in this field with Rudy Woodworth.
Rudy Woodgrowth III.
and
named him.
and some armlets that might make people fall down.
All right, I say we. I go back in towards and examine the foes that we were facing before.
Okay, so you kind of crawl under this yellow canvas, and you're inside the interior. It's open topped, so the sunlight is kind of shining down, but you're situated between two kind of empty cages. Peering between the cages, you can see kind of hordes of people that look like they're in rags, kind of tied to a large turbine kind of system. So there's not a turbine, whatever. They're spinning, they're like moving it around like cattle, kind of being whipped by demons. So the main foes you see are these three gaunt demons with these scraggly kind of tentacly-like beards, and they're whipping these people, and they seem kind of prominent. And occasionally you see kind of lurking guards of these slimy slug guys that look kind of like half human monstrosities and half slugs, flesh-colored, sliding around on the ground in patrols.
All right, Sharpie, we're here to meet your dad. Is your dad gone, or is he here?
Well, this is where he was. He's not around anymore.
It's Father's Day, Sharpie.
Well, yeah, but you can't expect everything to sync up perfectly.
I don't know. Did you hear that intro?
I know. Well, maybe I could use blood magic to locate my father, like I did that one time.
Yeah.
Blood magic under special abilities because I forced it with bad improv.
Yep. It works in this world.
What did I do?
You cut yourself and you meditated on the ensuing blood.
Cut. The cosmic sounds of belt whippings.
The blood, it drops to the floor and sinks into the ground, but it kind of, after sinking into the ground, it kind of comes back out and beads up and forms a kind of arrow that leads kind of into the center of this area.
Nice.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day. I told you, the father-son bond. It's bigger than any system. I go on with these guys. I explain.
Okay, so I start crawling like slow and low to the ground along the direction of that arrow, and I look back and I give him that kind of Vietnam hand signal, like where you put a hand up and you wave them forward, and I point out to the foes and I said, we got three slug monsters. We got slug monsters in the wire.
Okay, that happens.
All right. So I start approaching.
But are we inside or outside this tent?
So if Quark actually came through, I'm assuming you guys did too, but maybe you didn't.
As long as it felt safe.
Yeah.
I went through.
There we go.
So are these foes? You said these foes are past foes. Like we don't need to.
I don't remember saying
that. No, we saw them and never fought them.
Oh, yeah, because you were gone. So you came into this tent, right?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I didn't even...
It's fine.
So
it's Father's Day. You're a daughter, maybe one day a mother. It's not... You're out of place.
No, so you went into this tent and you saw all these demons and then you left and now you're coming back.
I'm distracted by how sorry the audience felt for me in that moment. I don't understand. Anyway, sorry. Okay, got it.
I'm not explaining it twice.
No, I know.
Oh, he just hung up on you fucking father style.
Balls.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. What's happening? Probably demons.
All right. How close am I to the nearest foe? The nearest.
So you're pretty close to like a small slithering patrol of these slug dudes. You're pretty far away from the nearest the big beardy demon. Those guys are kind of in the very center of the camp, and you're still pretty much on the periphery.
All
right. Don't get mad when I ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we?
You're in yellow camp.
We're in the yellow camp inside the tent.
Okay.
Spencer's dad, how do you feel right now being on stage with your son?
Oh, it's awesome. I especially like when he does the little smile. That little kind of impish smile after he just dissed you, but then he smiles to let you know he's just kidding.
I can confidently say I don't think I've ever been happier than I am.
Spencer gives daggers to his dad through his eyes.
For revealing my game. I lost.
He says, Dad, get the hell off of stage and stop embarrassing my bearded ass.
I couldn't... Not on Father's Day. I couldn't do it on Father's Day. Any other day.
So I have a plan of attack. Can I go?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm putting on the armlet of autumn, which can make me invisible. And I'm going straight for the big-ass demon in the middle. And I'm going to use my poison dagger to try and put him away.
Use that poison dagger.
Now, can I ask, would that be a sneak attack?
Well, yeah, since I'm invisible, I guess it would have to be. Yeah.
There has never been a better podcast ever.
Dad! Dungeon Dad snap.
There's Kool-Aid in the back. Let's all drink it and just die and float it.
Let me ask you this, son. Was it a sneak attack when I drove you to McDonald's to meet your friends and you made me drop you off 2 blocks away?
I've never done that, right?
Why couldn't you be invisible, Dad? Son, your words are like a poison dagger sometimes. You don't realize how bad they can wound. You just dealt 6 hit points to my feelings.
What is your father-son bonding activity? Like, do you have something that you guys enjoy doing together? Like fishing or... I know you guys don't play D&D together. Like, what... Like, historically...
They just watch Gossip Girl.
Well, I mean, is there a show that you guys watch together? Or is there like a...
No.
Sometimes I might, when he was home and he was watching Adventure Time, I might sit down with him and enjoy
He didn't
Jake
really
and Finn.
like it very much.
Spencer, your dad loves you. Let him in.
No.
No dice.
This is a source of pain. I don't know why all you are laughing.
Because it's not us.
Oh, my gosh. What I wouldn't give for a dad that would come to a show that I did. My dad asks me routinely, "How is your internet talk going? How is your?"
Yeah, but you don't want them listening.
No, I certainly don't. No.
Yeah,
But this
exactly.
is great. Well, maybe you guys should model trains or like there's got to be something.
You guys ever go out in the backyard, fire up the grill?
No.
I built him a dice tower once for D&D.
We built it together.
Yeah, well,
Oh, well, that's a thing. That's
That's not something we do. That's one thing we did.
Wait,
let me in, son.
My heart is like a cold dungeon. I don't know.
Talk it out the only way you know, Spencer.
Examining my personal feelings as well as past events. I don't know.
Andy, are you and Spencer's mom experiencing any sort of empty nest syndrome following Spencer?
She is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she follows.
Is she making you wear a beard?
No, she'd like for me to grow my mustache back, but I got too many bomb chicka bow bows. So I just won't do that anymore.
I keep seeing glimmers of your sexuality, and it's really...
It's horrifying, I know.
No. And glimmers of Spencer's dad's sexuality is the name of my book.
All right, so
my dad one night agreed to build a robot with me, and for the rest of my life there was this half-built robot in the basement.
Metaphor.
And you're like, Dad, can we finish this metaphor, please? Stop building this.
And he's like, the fact that it will never be finished is the complete metaphor.
All right, so Andy, as Chris DeBerg, has just sneak attacked invisibly into the yellow camp.
Yeah, that happened. Anyway, so yeah, you creep in unseen, up on this demon dude, straight up, and you roll your attack, which I already rolled like 5 minutes ago, and you strike as you do.
As you've done so many times.
Why am I here? Please let me out. Please release me.
Dealing 24 damage.
Holy shit. He really is Spencer's dad.
Unfortunately, demons are immune to poison.
Wow.
Give him that.
Yeah, so that happened.
Spencer, before this is over, I want you both to roll a hug check.
Save versus bonding.
I mean, my dream would be for Spencer and Andy to switch places and.
For his dad to Dungeon Master.
That wouldn't work. I don't get it.
This is so fascinating.
I really have never been happier. I love your dad more than I love anyone in my family. I through my armlet of summer.
Okay.
I have acquired fiery arrows.
Yeah, that's true.
I fire a single good fiery arrow at the enemy.
Okay. So
she has a +7 on adjectives for her arrows.
Just I should remind you, if you wreathe yourselves in the trappings of your fiery armor that grants your arrows flamingness, that would give away your position. Either way, I mean, you could still do it, but I should warn you.
Well, I have a sack and some. Oh.
Now, is that sack made of asbestos?
I don't want to give away my position, so with my sack and my bedroll.
Both flammable. Just saying.
You're gonna launch an attack on demons with a sack and a sleeping bag. All right, so you fire an arrow at the demon.
She shoots a fucking arrow.
Everyone dies.
Oh shit!
No.
Happy Father's Day to me.
No, wait, what were you gonna do with the sack? You brought the sack out for a reason, right?
Oh. Well, okay. So I want to take the sack out and the bedroll out because I want to make a Maureen dummy that's in the
So you're saying this sack is as big as Spencer's sack?
I'm not going to sleep with you, Spencer's sack.
No matter how many times you
am I
pick up those
here?
character sheets, it's not going to happen.
But you're right. I am very distracted during your game, and I'll try to be less distracted. So I'm going to.
We just want you to have fun. We want you to. I want everyone there to be enjoying the game itself.
Totally.
I think the audience wants to be enjoying the game itself.
Fair enough.
Look, they got rocks.
Yeah, usually when they come here and put their $10 down, what do they get? Jonah Ray talking about eating pussy. I don't know. Tonight they got a rock.
That's not fair.
They saw you cry. Yeah.
Yeah, I cried about my dad. You got a rock. Fuck you guys.
All right, let's
Okay. So really quick.
I talk shit about Community.
Let's at least earn one experience point in this fucking campaign.
You said that if I shot my fiery arrow, I would give away my position. So this is my plan. I would like to put my bedroll inside my sack.
I'm not going to sleep with you, Aaron.
I put my bedroll in my sack, and I put it in the corner of the room. What is the shape of the room? Is it an octagon?
It's like a pentagon.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I put it in one corner of this pentagon shape, and I would like to. And I take some of my hair, and I put it.
How do you do that?
I pull it out of my head because I'm a fucking badass, and I don't give a shit. These Liberty spikes, Adam.
You cut your hair. You have your hair. You're welcome.
Oh boy. All right, so I
Adam, we are Goldberging ourselves tonight. We don't.
This is self Goldbergian.
You are alive
This is
and
a
well on the
Goldberg
stage.
show. Pre-Goldberged. It's like acid wash jeans. We don't need to.
I happen to have, as everyone knows, I have a scarf around my waist that is the same color as my hair, and I take it off and I throw it on top of this bed sack inside this bedroll inside the sack. And everyone knows that I'm fast as light. I fire my arrow and I run away, like I fire it in front of my dummy, and then I run to another corner. And I'm able to, I shape myself into like a slug shape.
Wait.
And I
Let me see your character sheet. That's not on there. That's not on there.
But as like a humanic, as a humanoid creature, I can like just shape my body. So I just like, I'm a slug, and I kind of spit up on my chin, and I'm like, what's happening?
You realize you're going to get us all killed again.
I don't know. They might feel sorry for us.
At least melt the cheese so we can eat.
They might just put money at our feet and leave.
So what do I roll?
Let's keep it going.
Okay,
All right, so she does all that.
So she makes a
There's
dummy.
an Eric Clapton song playing where we watch her do all that.
Okay.
It's in the way that you stuff a
Okay,
pillow into a bedroll and put a wig on it and then curl up into a fetal position and spit on yourself.
To start, I rolled a 5, a 4, and a 5. So let that frame the results. Cobbling together a quick makeshift mannequin in an attempt to disguise attention from yourself. You swiftly put it into position before loosing an arrow from your bow. After that, you run and attempt to disguise yourself like a slug person.
A humanic slug.
Humanic slug.
Your arrow goes wide, plummeting to the ground as if it were dropped. You take off down the hall, but not the hall. You just take off down the whatever, and you get to your destination where you contort yourself into a slug. You're right near, like kind of a detachment of slugs moving by, as if you're trying to blend in with them.
I'm starting to realize this is not a good idea.
You're starting to realize that?
What's this being told back?
When you hear it back, it sounds weird, right?
Well, when you say
It wasn't that finely honed gem that you thought it was.
The judging master is Ricky Ricardo.
I don't want to blow anyone's mind, but I'm starting to realize I don't think I'm very good at Dungeons and Dragons.
There's better tools for the ploys you're trying to pull. It's not always a bag and a bedroll. Sometimes there's magical pigments.
Magical pigments.
Yeah, major creation involved. Who knows? That's some deep stuff.
So what happened? Everyone believed
So the
it,
arrow
and then
missed.
I killed the enemy?
The makeshift mannequin falls apart, like it topples to pieces because it's two things arranged near each other.
But you understand, logically it just has to be like a distraction. Like, where's this coming from? And this is a magical world where maybe a bedroll is shooting arrows. Who knows? Right? Like, you'd be like, oh, the bedroll people are here.
But if you roll low, that entails you do a poor job, and your effect isn't as grand as you'd hoped.
I mean,
so this is a sack placed atop a bedroll.
Aaron, can we all get together one night and play D&D your way? And we can,
Yes!
But
I would love it. As an experiment, could he play Mulrain and could I tell the story?
We'll make cakes and there'll be baby carrots and we'll all do this stuff, but we also have to do peyote.
And there's no actual combat allowed. You get punished if you just take out a sword and hit a motherfucker. Everything has to be played as if you're playing a 1995 DreamWorks interactive video game. I used the rake to find the wallet.
I
mean, really, that made my heart so full. I hope you're not joking.
No, I'd love to. I actually would.
DreamWorks did some great video games in the 90s.
All right, Spencer's dad, because it's Father's Day and the show's getting we're getting toward that bewitching hour right now. Why don't you fire one parting shot for fathers around the world?
All right. Well, I'm going to fire 2 blinding bombs.
A load, if you will.
In proper father fashion, he's going to fire 2 blinding bombs and blame one on the dog.
Yeah. I mean, technically speaking, it's not your turn.
Spencer, roll for a hug right now. Roll for a father hug.
Don't tell him what to do.
I'm going to roll for a hug, and let's see what it actually comes up with.
Is it you hugging your dad, or your dad hugging you?
The die result will determine that.
Okay.
Trust me. That's a 15.
That's a hit.
That's a solid hit.
So who hugs whom?
Wrapping his arms around his butt.
You can just narrate it.
I'm not going to really do it.
Finish it.
I don't know. Oh, what? Finish what? At the end of Harmontown, they sit staring in stunned silence, hoping that father and son will interact. Their hopes were for nothing. Hey, that's me. That's who I am.
Thank you for coming to Harmontown, everybody. We wouldn't want you any other way, Spencer. We love you. Let's hear it for Andy, Spencer's father.